Okay, so I just opened up this box of Tefillin, and there's a mezuzah in here. It smells a lot like laundry detergent. I think that this somehow went through the washing machine. I didn't get the exact details of exactly how it got wet. I just opened the box. We're going to open the Tefillin now to see what actually looks like some of the gid dissolved. To open it up and see what is going on inside of the Tefillin. Now here you can see actually how the leather is soft. See how soft the leather is? That's why I tell people never to get your Tefillin wet, because that's how it gets that's how the shape of the Tefillin gets messed up when it gets wet. But these are actually, they look like pshutais. They're not gasos, so they'll get messed out of shape much quicker. Well, let's see what's going on with the parshios inside. This is so strange. It's literally waterlogged. Usually this is like a very hard, it almost feels like wood, and you can see here, because it's wet, just how soft it is. Look at that. When it dries, it'll get hard again. Ooh. I don't know about this. Let's see, hopefully it won't be ruined. This all feels really wet. Now, when parchment gets wet, if you leave it and to let it dry out without opening it up, what happens is it ends up drying like solid, almost feels like plastic. It just gets glued together. And the only chance you have of maybe saving it is if you open it while it's still moist. If you leave it dry, if you leave it closed when it's dry, if you leave it closed to dry, there's no chance of it being able to be open. See here, I can see how I'm like slowly able to open it. I'm actually trying to decide if this is a good idea or not. If I waited till this dried, there would be no way for me to open this. It will just be glued shut. Look at this. It's still pretty moist. If it would be a little drier, I might be afraid that the letters would fall off, but it's pretty moist. Now what's interesting here is I don't see any letters that bled. So this is really interesting. Look at this. Look at that. Looks like there's that little patch over there that didn't actually get wet. Okay. So I'm going to open up all of these, let them dry out. We'll see what happens. So, I think these tefillin have been sitting around before they were open, before they got ruined, because you can see here, I don't know if you can see these, sometimes you see these in like cabinets. Almost looks like a dust mite, like a little skeleton. So it looks like there's like those things got into the tefillin before it managed to get wet. It's like these little like all over the parshios. I opened up 3 of them. So far 2 of them are fine. The yud over here of Yisrael looks like it got a little bit broken got stuck a little bit to the back over here. I don't know if that's it, or is it? Yeah, I think this is it. This is a little bit from the yud. So I don't know if that's going to be salvageable. I'll have to see. I think it's... Yeah, so unfortunately, I don't think that that's going to be salvageable. Just that one little tiny part of the yud. It's all it takes to make it not kosher. Now, leaving it closed wouldn't have been an option, because once it dries, you wouldn't even be able to open it to inspect it at any point. Then for sure the letters would have fused themselves onto each other, and it would be a problem. So we tried our best. I'm going to open up the yad. I'm just curious to see what the yad looks like. I've never seen anything quite like this in all my years. I've seen water damaged, but the other water damaged tefillin that I've gotten were gasos in the past. I think this one in the laundry. I'm smelling detergent. Again, look at this. It's like it's still wet. You can still see it. It's still wet. Horrible. It's just horrible. Oh my, look at this. Oh, not even in the camera. Whoa, look at that. Okay, this I'm afraid to open. Can you see how it's like really... It's a little too tight. I'm afraid. What am I afraid of? I'm afraid if I pull and the hey or the vav comes off of Hashem's name in another spot, I'm afraid if I pull this, I'm going to be erasing Hashem's name. So this one is already semi-dried, and I'm not willing to risk erasing God's name. So I'm going to leave this one just like this. And that's it. Don't put your tefillin in the laundry, or don't leave it anywhere where that could possibly happen. I recommend having a place where you keep the tefillin in a safe space. I think, if I remember the message correctly, cleaning help put things in the laundry. Let's see. There's a few more things over here in this package. Oh no, another tefillin. I hope this one's not wet. I'm trying to decide if it's wet. I don't feel really anything yet. A drop maybe? Oh shoot. This one is wet, but it's already dried. See, this is interesting. Now I can show you the difference. Remember how I showed in the other tefillin it was soft and it was able to be bent? This is what happens to the tefillin once it dries. It gets misshapen, but this is hard now. You can't bend this. It's not soft. Right, the other pair of tefillin, this is soft. See the bottom, how it's soft. Once it dries like this and becomes hard. So this tefillin got wet, and it's already dry. For some reason, this one dried a lot faster than the other one, and I'm wondering how wet it got. If the parchment is wet, just as wet as the other tefillin. Let's take a look and see. Okay, so here you see. How interesting is that? It doesn't look like it got wet actually, so that's interesting. So I'm wondering if the second tefillin didn't actually get so wet. Maybe it just got a little bit wet, and that's why it's not still wet. Maybe it just got a little bit wet, and that's why it's dried already. Maybe it didn't get as wet as the first one. Another thing is, this you see over here, this could sometimes happen from sweat. So it could be that this just got sweated in and didn't actually get as saturated and as wet as the other tefillin. So I'm gonna put this back in here till we're ready to check it. So this we could check. And let's take out the other one, the Roche. Ooh, this looks pretty good. Doesn't look too damaged to me. Okay. We're just going to open up one of them to see what one of them looks like. It feels dry to me, and interesting. So, okay, so the second pair, I'm not sure if it got wet or if it's just sweat, the damage, but it appears to be that this is all dry. So we're going to do a checking on this tefillin. The first tefillin, unfortunately, part of that letter got ruined from the water. I'm not sure how the parchment would have dried either way. We'll find out soon. I'm going to do an update at the end of the video tomorrow. I'll do an update with the parchments that dried to show you what it would have looked like, how it would have folded. Sometimes they fold, they dry so hard you can't even bend them. So then it wouldn't have helped anything letting them dry, even if the letter didn't get broken. But I'll finish this video with an update how the parchments look tomorrow when they're all dry. See here, you can see them. I have them here on the table, just drying out. So, oh yeah, and the hand is not kosher anyways. We can't do anything with that. Okay, so we'll finish this video tomorrow with an update. Okay, so here you can see the parshias as they dried, and they dried a little funny, the shape. But yes, they would be totally possible to be folded and put back into the bottom in theory if they wouldn't have gotten ruined. So that was interesting to see how this turned out. The letters did get like a little interesting glow on it. I don't know if you can see that, like it's a little purplish. I'm wondering though, I spoke once with a Rav and he told me that once tefillin or mezuzahs get wet, they don't have the same chazaka that they should hold long term than parchment that hadn't gotten drenched and soaked. So if somebody wanted to use this, I'd probably say, yeah, I guess so, but I would encourage them to check it quite frequently just to make sure that they're holding up and they're not getting ruined. But in any case, this tefillin, unfortunately, as I showed you earlier in the video, is no good. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like the video, subscribe to the channel, stay tuned for the next video. Take care.